They can do 3 points of damage. They're probably going to start chump blocking very soon. Yeah, I say we take the wedding announcement. Counter goes on the Aspirant. And then attack with everybody who has a +1 counter, and the escort can sacrifice to give them indestructible. Right. Hey everybody, what's up? What's going on? My name's Kyle. Thank you guys for stopping to check out my video on my channel, Arena Hacks. Today I'm doing, I think this is my first mono white deck that I've done on this channel. I'm not even sure if I played all that much mono white since I even started playing Arena. Not that I have anything against mono white, I just usually like mixing white with other colors. So, but yeah, I was looking around on untapped.gg, and I was just looking at what kind of decks are in the meta right now, what people are playing, and what their win rates are like. And of course, one of the top ones, one of the overperformers, tier 1, is mono white. Not this version of it. Yes, there's definitely a lot of elements of it that are the same as what all the deck lists that I was looking at. But I tried to take elements that I like from each deck list, put them together, and add a few things, little spicy details of my own. For example, Ollenbock Escort and Stonebinder's Familiar don't appear in any of the deck lists that I personally looked at on Untapped.gg, and they're pretty good. Like, we do have a decent amount of exile. I'll start getting to that as I go on with the rest of the deck list. So we do have a lot of ways, and all our exile, all our spells are sorcery speed. We have, like, actually, let's stop for a second here and go check out some stats. Come on, stats. I had to click that like a million. Wow, that was weird. Anyways, yeah, so here we are. Yeah, 3 non-creatures, that is it. 36 creatures, 21 lands, because we only have a 2.1 average. Nothing higher than 3 mana. So really, once we get 3 lands, we're pretty happy. We don't mind having 4 or 5, even 6, but we want to take a long time and slowly get from 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. Once we're at 6, we really don't want any more lands. We can play 2-3 drops in a turn, we're happy, right? So, and the low number of lands is supposed to help prevent from flooding. But anyways, back to this guy and the exile stuff, and we're doing everything sorcery speed too, which is what I was in the middle of saying before. And portable is sorcery speed. It is an exile effect, and yeah, it's pretty cool. We have other exile effects. That's mostly of our removal over here. We have Brutal Cathar that exiles a creature that an opponent controls when it enters the battlefield. When it flips to night, I mean, it just transforms to the Brute, Moonrage Brute, which is a 3/3 first strike and ward pay 3 life, which is actually really cool. The 3/3 is not too bad, and 3/3 helps with some of the training that we have on Savior of Ollenbock, which is more of our removal and is more exile to train the Stonebinder's Familiar. There can be an argument made for Savior of Ollenbock and Stonebinder's Familiar being like a really good combo together. You might want to drop maybe a couple Skyclave Apparitions or Brutal Cathars to go with a couple extra Savior of Ollenbocks. The reason why I did originally have 4 Savior of Ollenbocks, that's one I forgot to mention earlier in the video too, that this is one of my own personal additions. Again, I did not see Savior of Ollenbock in any of the deck lists on Untapped.gg, but being able to exile on training, the only trick is to make sure we train them. But the reason I reduced the 4 copies I originally had is because this is actually clunky removal. It's 3 mana, just like the Apparition and the Cathar, though. Why is it clunky? Because you don't get it right away. You pay 3 mana and you get a 1/2 creature with training. You have to then attack with it and another creature with higher power in order to train it. Then you get your removal and you get your exile effect. But that's where it also becomes really powerful when you combine it with the Stonebinder's Familiar. You attack with both the Familiar and the Ollenbock. Now, Ollenbock is 3 mana, so you play your Familiar, you play your Portable Hole afterwards or some other thing, or, you know, I don't know. There's not much other exile we have. Portable Hole, and that's why I have 3 copies. I wasn't even going to go any, but I wanted something that I could quickly get a counter on our Stonebinder's Familiar, so that's what the Portable Holes are for. So even if you can't do that, maybe you play this on your 3rd turn, and then on your 4th turn, you have a target for your Portable Hole or something. That's the main problem I have sometimes. Or you just don't have your Portable Hole with your Stonebinder's Familiar. Well, you know, that happens. It's cards. But you use your Portable Hole, you use something, you get a counter on Stonebinders, then you attack with a 2/2 Stonebinder and a 1/2 Savior, who then trains to a 2/3, and you get to exile something right away, so you can take out one of your opponent's blockers. So probably in that situation, both are getting through unblocked. You're getting damage through, and the next turn, you just do it again. Oh wait, no, it's a 2. You wouldn't be able to. You'd have to exile. The trick is to have a 2/2 Stonebinder's Familiar, and you can only put 1 counter on them per turn. So the trick is you have them a 2/2, you have 1 counter on them already, and then you attack with a 1/2 Savior of Ollenbock and the Familiar. That way the Familiar still needs to get a counter that turn, so you train Ollenbock, he goes up, he becomes a 2/3, you exile something, and then Stonebinder and the Familiar immediately becomes a 3/3, so the next turn he can train, again he can train your 2/3 Ollenbock to a 4/3, which will exile something, which will make the Familiar go to a 4/4 or 5/5, and he'll always stay 1 step ahead of the Ollenbock, and you'll be able to train over and over every turn. And they basically, it forces them to do something about that combo. But like I said, it is rather clunky, and if they shoot down any one of those, or if you're having trouble getting the Stonebinder's Familiar pumped up, which happens sometimes, or you're having trouble training your Ollenbock in some other way to get your Familiar pumping up, yeah, a lot of things can go wrong that way. But we also have Skyclave Apparition for more removal, more exile to help increase our Stonebinder's Familiar. I do like Skyclave Apparition a little bit better than Brutal Cathar and Ollenbock, because Brutal Cathar and Ollenbock can only hit creatures, whereas the Skyclave Apparition can hit anything non-land, any permanent non-land, as long as it's 4 mana or less. And the other thing I like better is if they kill our Apparition, they don't get their stuff back, they just get a illusion token that as power and toughness is based on their mana. The other exile effect we have, other than Portable Hole and everything in this list, in this line here that I just went over, the other one, this isn't really removal, it's kind of makeshift removal, it's kind of interaction. We're just, we're interfering with our opponent's game plan, slowing them down, allowing us to beat them and kill them as quick as possible. So Elite Spellbinder really helps against those control decks and taking out their board wipes if we can find them early enough, and then making them cost more mana so they can't play them against us so quickly, and perhaps we kill them before they're able to play them against us. Down here in this 2-drop row, we've got 3 copies of Thalia. I wanted to go 4, but I would have had to spend another wild card, and you know, every deck on Untapped GG I was looking at, every deck list only had 3, probably because it's legendary, and I already have a habit of doing that. I already don't like putting 4 legendaries in a deck, because then you flood out on them, and you can only have 1 on the field at a time anyway, so it's not that great. Luminarch Aspirant, they all have it, every white deck has it, every mono white has it. It's great aggro, pumps up your team, gets things going. It could be that great way, that first counter you put on a Stonebinder's Familiar in the turn that you're going to attack with your Ollenbock and your Familiar together. You play your Aspirant, it's still a 1/1, you put that counter on it. The Stonebinder's Familiar still hasn't triggered, so they can still give itself a counter. Then you attack with your combo, right? So that's when it gets its other counter, always staying 1 step ahead of Ollenbock, and you still have Aspirant on the field pumping the team. Intrepid Adversary is a great way. It's not too bad to play it out early game if you have no other options. I will often hold off if I know I have 4 mana, so that I can do that extra cost when we play it. If I don't know, and there's no real guarantees that I'm going to have that 4 mana, and you know, I get to the point where there's no other creatures I'd rather play instead, then sure, yeah, you know, then I'll throw them down as a 2 mana 3/1 with lifelink. But you really want to get that extra cost in there, because that's really getting a 4/2 with lifelink and pumping the whole field +1/+1. That is way better, and that's what we want to be doing. So Ollenbock Escort, I think I mentioned that earlier, is one of the cards that I do a little different. It gives a little bit protection in the form of indestructible to any creature that has a counter on it. Stonebinder Familiar gives itself counters. With all this exile here, Ollenbock has training. It gives itself counters on its training. Hopeful Initiate, which we only have 1 of, I'll get to why that in a second. It also has training and gives itself counters. And then, yes, we have the Luminarch Aspirant, which gives anybody 1 counter per turn, pre-combat. We're doling a counter out every turn, so we're spreading those counters out so that we have the option to give anybody we need indestructible. We can give it by sacrificing the Ollenbock Escort. Every now and then we'll put one on an Ollenbock Escort because it's a vigilant creature, so that's always fun to have. Now the reason why there's only one Hopeful Initiate, which we have the option for 3 mana to remove 2 counters from any creatures, just 2 counters from any, +1/+1 counters. And same with this, it has to be +1/+1 counter. So when you play this extra cost and you get what are the counters that this guy gets, he gets Valor counters. And the whole field gets 1/1 for each Valor counter. That's not a +1/+1 counter. You cannot use that to give it indestructible. And you cannot subtract those counters. Why would you want to destroy an artifact or enchantment? You have to remove at least 2 +1/+1 counters, and you have to pay the 3 mana. Initiate can be tapped or untapped, doesn't matter. Kind of like the Dockside Chef and Skullport Merchants. You don't have to tap them for their ability, just pay the mana, do the thing. And I was going to go 3 of them, but I was holding off on the wild cards and decided to go Dawnbringer Cleric instead. And to be honest, I'm going to leave the deck list this way because both Initiate and Dawnbringer, like I was going to use the wild cards after I played the deck a few times. I'm like, you know what? And if I ever saw Initiate overperform, which I did one game, I did see it overperform, but I still don't want to drop these Dawnbringers because they also overperformed in the gameplay too with their ability to destroy enchantments right away too for 2 mana on entry, not 3 mana, not pay 1 mana, get a creature, make sure you got counters out there, then pay 3 mana and remove the no. A lot of steps, really powerful card, really great. Nothing wrong with this card. It is awesome. But to get that 2 mana destroy an enchantment right away, and we can't hit artifacts with Dawnbringer, only with Initiate does artifacts and enchantments. So, that all being said, that's why I'm leaving the deck list like that. A little weird with these 2 guys having 2 of and 1 of here. Maybe go 3 of it. I don't know. Whatever you want. We got Field of Ruins to help deal with our opponent's creature lands. 3 of these guys, which I normally only go 2. But I went 3 just because I wanted to reduce the number of basic... Like, I want this to count more as a spell. We want to use it for its channel ability. It's a 3 mana instant that deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, and it costs 1 less for it to activate for each legendary creature we control. That's what this is. It's not a land. But early game, we have to play it as land. We will. That's why they're in there instead of 3 more basic planes, because we don't want to flood out. We do only have 21 lands, as I showed before, so that helps that, but we don't want to go 3 less lands because we do often have to play this as a land. When we run into them later game, that's when we usually hold on to them and say, yeah, I'd rather use it for its channel than use it as a land, and that's much better. Then we're actually getting value out of it rather than being, oh god damn, another land, like no. Right, it's a good land when we're in those situations. And then yes, Cave of the Frost Dragon, 3 of those because we can just get an extra creature on the field if we have the extra mana available. So that being all said, let's get to the gameplay. I had a really bad slump leading up to this deck. When I finally did this deck, I tried all kinds of things I was trying all kinds of the top tier decks that I was looking at on Untapped GG. One I came up with, I saw it, a bunch of people playing it, a red one. Amazing deck, has a good win rate when I look it up, but then I was like, and mine's got I don't know. I had really like top tier decks and I've just been losing like crazy with them. So finally this was my version of mono white, and then I modified it again based on what I saw on Untapped, and here we go. Not a lot of new cards, just the Igano here. I don't think there's anything else from the new Kamigawa set, unfortunately, but it is still a really kick-ass deck, so let's go check it out. Make sure you hit the like button down below. Also subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Really helps support the channel. Please do that. See you out there. Okay, I like it. We got our dog. We got some exile for it. We got good creatures, just good all around with these 2 here. Good 2-drops. And enchantments right away. So I guess we throw this on the dog, attack in. They don't want to block it yet. Next turn we will have removal. I don't know if we use it right away. Are they willing to trade? Because I'm not. Yeah, I won't block if they attack. It's tempting because I know they don't want to lose theirs. They took so long on that. They clearly don't want to lose it, and I get it. It's a good creature for them. But since they have 2, maybe if they only had 1, I'd take the block. But they have 2, so ugh. That's not bad. I say we start with the Apparition and go Cathar later. So we hit the one that's untapped simply to open up attacking lanes. So they have no options for chump blocks. This guy pumps himself, Luminarch pumps herself or itself. They don't really have genders on the cards. It looks like a female. So, yeah. They're at 13, so far so good. I'm a little scared as they get more mana, and they have this, ooh, another visitor. Oh no, and they have 2 mana for a rune. Oh, it's not a rune, okay, but they do still, it is an enchantment. And they still get the card. It's pretty much just as bad as a rune. They're not getting a benefit of a rune on their creature. However, they are getting card draw. It is an enchantment to trigger this stuff, yeah. And now they have a good amount of blockers. Yikes. How much is this? 3 mana? Yeah, 3 mana to use its ability to do 4 damage to a creature that's either blocking or attacking. This will pump up the dog one, and then Luminarch can put a counter on herself, and then they have to double block in order to kill her. Yeah, I think we just keep going with our removal. I think that's the play. Take one of the visitors. Or is that? Yeah, visitor. He pumps. Luminarch pumps herself. They do take the double block. It sucks, but I am okay with that. Put that first. We wanted to die mostly. But I put the counter on her just to force the double block, or to make sure it was trading one of our creature for 2 of theirs. They're at 7 health. We don't have a team that continues growing, but we do have Intrepid Adversary, which is going to give +1/+1 to everybody. Yeah, even if we, yeah, get a land. We play this land or get a land. We're only playing 1 land, which won't be enough for a double pump on this makeshift kicker cost that these guys have. And they scoop. They're out. Hopeless. Yep. Finally back on the winning train. Ooh. When do we play the Hopeful Initiate? I'll keep it. What do we play first? The Escort? The Dog? Oh my god. So many options on our first turn. Let's go with the Dog. Nope. Oh, well, you know what? We can use the ability, the Sacrifice and Protection, even if it has Summoning Sickness, because it doesn't require a tap. Opponent's ramping, Simic, no. I can't remember that 3-color combination. That one, green, white, blue, that one. Yeah, that's what they're running. I wouldn't mind this. What do we need? 2 +1 counters. Let's start getting the counters out first. Okay, good they didn't have Fading Hope. I was really hoping, yeah, I was like, they better not have a bounce spell. That would suck. And what are they getting? A Plains? Yeah, and to your hand. So that's still their land drop for the turn. It is card advantage though, because if they have a land that we don't know about in their hand, they still got that from their library, played it. So they played a land without taking a card out of their hand to get a land. Could take a peek at their hand. That wouldn't be bad. Maybe we get the Escort down and put a counter on the Aspirant. I wouldn't mind a peek at their hand. Make something more expensive. They're going to start getting creatures next turn. This is a 3/3. This is a 3/4. That's going to be annoying. So I think, well, we definitely hold the Cathar. Actually, we have nothing to target the Cathar with right now. Yeah, you know what? Let's throw down the Escort. Go to combat. Put the counter on the Aspirant. Attack all in. Let's go with some training. I'll hold the other S. Maybe I should have played. No, I doubt we need to give these both. Maybe I should have played it, actually. Back and forth. If they try to kill something and we protect it, they might double spell, and then we can double protect, but now we can't. So That's what I started thinking. I highly doubt with what they're doing that we will need to do that though. I highly doubt they will double spell. They're running some kind of enchantment shenaniganery. I'm still scared. Like, I'm really not sure exactly what kind of deck they're running here. There's a path to the world tree. Well, we can take our turn. We're not protecting. That's nice to get rid of their creature, but do we get rid of this instead? Is a 3/3 that scary? Kinda, yeah. I don't like it. This will be what, a 3/4? That's a little scarier. We do have a Cathar for it. Or do we take that look at their hand, that gander? No, we're aggro. We want to get damage in. I say we open attack lanes and attack in. Everything's casting fine. I don't think they have counters. Don't think they have counter spells, is what I was saying. So this is going to build up. This gets a counter. We put it... We could put it on the initiate because it will still train off the dog. Or maybe we put it on the escort and then the initiate trains off with literally anything else. And then that'll give it, because the dog will be 2 ahead of it, and then next turn we can do another training off the dog then as well. If we don't get an exile, which we probably do because we have this, we have this. So yeah, we were actually looking really good. Ooh, I don't like how we don't really have much to train the initiate off of. I kind of like the rest of it. Yeah, we don't have many +1 counters. We do go first. It's a tough one. We don't have anything that really grows fast. This grows, but we have really... I mean, I guess we could do a second turn adversary and then try to train off of it on the following turn. I don't know. I haven't been playing aggro much lately. Well, except for a whole bunch of terrible games the last couple days up to today. Yes, there was mono white in it. I've never done a mono white deck on my channel yet, so I thought, you know, why not? Let's give it a shot. I was supposed to play Hopeful Initiate that turn, wasn't I? And then this turn, and then we can train off it the following turn. Well, that sucks. We're only getting 1 damage in this turn, so let's just do it. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to rush too much out until I know what they're running. So they look like they're doing vehicles. Do you think they'll be able to crew it? Do you think they got an ox? That would suck if they did have an ox. I'd be mad. I say we do this anyways. Having a big 6/3 coming at us would be scary if they do have that stupid ox. No training on our initiate yet. Next turn maybe, see what they play. They foretell. Probably a Doomscar, that's really bad. Let's hold off on this escort actually. We'll get a counter on our initiate so we can protect it with the S. Or do we do this for damage? I'm really scared that that is actually a Doomscar. And if we rush anything out too quick, we're going to get screwed. Let's attack in with this stuff. We get a training. Yeah, we should have played this pre-combat if that was the plan. Let's just do this now. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that though. If that is a Doomscar. They did miss a land drop already though. What's that card you got there? Oh, and they are stuck on 2 mana. Okay, well that's kind of good. That makes me regret not playing this last turn now. But they're at 12. We have an extra attacker. This might just be like, well, we get an extra 4 points in. We have 2, 4, 6. They'll be at 2 life. It'll be hard for them to go recover from that. No training? No training, no. Can we play this as a land? We haven't played a land. We don't have the mana to cast it yet. I say we hold it. And we try to go, I don't know, next turn maybe do some damage to something. I don't know. This doesn't have trample, so if they have the Ox, if they didn't even draw a land, you know, they're probably just going to scoop. Even if they have Ox, they attack for 6, gain what, 3 life? They go up to 5. We don't even block it. There's the Ox. They do get 3 mana out of the attack with it. Oh, and they do have another 1 there. I wonder if they do have Doomscar or something. I say we chump with one of the escorts. Whoop. Yeah, you get your stuff. No, stop it. Let me go to blockers. We'll take a chump. Make this guy indestructible till end of turn. And lifelink. I forgot that too. They give him lifelink as well. There it is. Kind of figured. That guy's already indestructible. We can't make anybody else indestructible. Yikes. I wish I could pump him up more. They're going to get a 2-2 out of it. Yeah. Can't target him with it. I don't know. Might as well just, I don't know. Just for fun. They almost have to block with it too. There's no point in not continuing to attack. I had a feeling that portal was going to be bad. Target creature from the battlefield or creature card from graveyard. So we can hit tokens with this guy. And we can train him off the initiate. And we get that back and he gets haste. That's really bad. That gains them life. And gives them mana. No blocks this time. Damn. Oh, what can they do with that 3 mana? That'd be really bad. Double frickin' plow too. It's not bad enough we take care of one of their plow. They didn't do an Ox too, so they get an immediate attack with it as soon as they get one that stays on the board. Oh, and here's just another one. No biggie. They still can't block with it. And we can put a Kibosh on their Obosh. Or not Obosh. That's like Okiba is what I was thinking of. But anyways, we get a training here. That's 4 damage. But we need 3 mana for this ability. Maybe we just get our 4 damage and hold this channel. And then they crew the thing here. And we shoot it down before it attacks. Oh yes, and we still Kibosh that. Because of our ability here. So now I'm not even sure if they can crew their plow, and if they can't, then we just attack back and kill them. If they do, oh, they still have to declare it has to be an attacking creature, attacking or blocking. Son of a bum. 2 counters from among creatures you control, 3 mana. Yes. Boom. And then we Cathar this thing. So it wasn't really the plan. Plan was to channel this. But we had enough. I didn't realize I had enough +1 counters. They get another one. They can't crew it to block with it or anything. Oh, baby. Yes. And there's our 2 damage. Oh, get out of here. Cleaning up. Oh, right. These are supposed to be Hopeful Initiates. Yes, I meant to play this deck a bit and then switch. Because I was just... I just wanted to hold off on the wild cards, so I was kind of running these as like placeholders and be like, how much would I want this in place? So like, I'd much rather this be a Hopeful Initiate. Is it Hopeful Initiate? What's the one that the one that destroys enchantments with the +1 counters and it trains, same power toughness, but it's 1 mana? Yes, that's what's supposed to be instead of this guy. Yeah, we definitely keep. But I forgot to do that. I totally, once getting into Platinum, even after that first game in Platinum, that was like, oh yeah. Especially that last game, too, that I just played, like, yeah, Hopeful Initiate. If I'm remembering the name of the card right, I hope I am. I was gonna say, and then that's what we get right here? No. Oh, Selesnya. I'm thinking they're probably running enchantment. Reversing the cards and I don't know. No. Oh yeah, it's enchantments. Yep. This guy would be good then. But so would the Hopeful Initiate. Again, if I'm remembering that correctly. Do we want to just shoot that down right away? I think we do. They get cheaper enchantments from it. It got lifelink. So the Hopeful Initiate wouldn't have been able to do that though. We would have had to train it. We would have had to get 2 +1 counters out there somewhere. Then we'd have to pay 3 mana, remove them to destroy an artifact or enchantment. This is just 2 mana, play it, shoot down a thing. Yeah, we really need a third thingy over here. That's that would really be appreciated. Put this on the Dawnbringer. That way we can attack with both. And no matter who they block, the wolf dies, and our creature does not, because of the first strike of Thalia. And we get 4 damage through. Let's power through. I was thinking mono green for a second there, but no, because of the ranger class, but no, it's enchantments. Selesnya enchantments. Yep. I've seen something like this before. I think it was in some other content creator's video. I can't remember whose. But yeah, they were up against somebody. Screw you, man. That has to be our 3rd land. Come on. Come on. All right. So, we throw out the Ollenbock for sure. The question is, where do we put the Aspirant's counter? They can force us to sack the Escort if we put it on Aspirant. They can't kill the Dawnbringer. And if we put it on Thalia, the first strike will get it through. And we have protection for everything. I say we maybe put it on the count. No, because then we won't have protection for Thalia. Let's put it on Thalia. We won't really need protection. But we go with everybody, not Luminarch. See if we can get 5 more damage, and that puts them down to 10. They have no good blocks, they only have chump blocks, and they don't take any. I'm okay with that, and if they want to attack me, I won't block any of it, unless they somehow get like 1,000,000 points of creature power on the field and attacking. Yeah. Okay. I don't like all the blockers they're starting to get. But we do have solutions to that. Ew. Disgusting. How big is he? 6. Alright. We can take that. I don't want to. but it just gets that till end of turn. They currently only have 2 blockers. Maybe we use the Apparition to get the announcements, because it's about to flip. No, not yet. Or do we open attacking lanes? Oh, shoot. Sorry. My bad. Yeah, so that's the question. What do we hit with our Apparition now? They do have that wedding announcement, which I would like to get rid of before all of their creatures get a buff. They are going to be coming at us with this thing next turn. It's a tough thing. What do we target? Or do we open attacking lanes? They can do 3 points of damage. They're probably going to start chump blocking very soon. Yeah, I say we take the wedding announcement. Counter goes on the Aspirant. And then attack with everybody who has a +1 counter, and the escort can sacrifice to give them indestructible. Right, so yes, counter on here, we attack with everybody, so if they double block Aspirant to kill it, we keep it alive. Thalia's fine, this guy's fine. They can't do enough damage, so it was just Aspirant that was at risk. And yeah, that's why we put the counter on the Aspirant, and yeah, we get protection from escort then. Another win. I like it. We don't have immediate exile for the Stonebinder, but we do on 3rd turn, and we have the mana to get there. So we know we will have that option on our 3rd turn. Let's just see if they actually have any targets for it, because this can only do creatures, right? Exile target creature. Yes, just creatures. Sure, let's attack in and just play the escort. We do have 4 mana, so pumping this guy or using this guy's kicker is definitely an option on our 4th turn. So I say we hold out for that. They still don't have anything for us to do though. And they just, yeah, Azorius, and they just foretold something. I wonder what it is. Doomscar. And we're never going to get them down low enough in health. Yeah, it sucks that we can't exile anything, because then we can't even protect this guy. That sucks. Get our 2 damage in. And we play a Cathar then? I really want to save this for next turn. But then they just Doomscar right after and we're screwed. Yeah. We're aggro, so we gotta try to throw down. Or do they just Doomscar this turn? Wouldn't be the worst thing, because then we could adversary afterwards. And we can't attack with it, but it'll still be a 4/2. Or they do that. How much mana? 3 mana. Out of range of our portable hole. Disturb for 7 mana, so they're trying to get this thing going. If we get them to block, we can play this. I tried to play it as a land. Oops. And we get Knight, so if we can double cast. Now we're short of mana for kicking the adversary, though. Arrgh. Damn you, channel, and your extra options. There's the Doomscar. I had a feeling that was coming. Not that double casting count means anything now, but we don't have another Cathar, so it doesn't really matter. Let's just get some creatures out. Make their non-creature spells more expensive. Yay. Which I think this costs an extra one too. I can't see. I cannot see what that says on my screen, because that little number there will adjust. So 5, 6, 7, so it should be 1 extra. So I think it's supposed to be a 6, and then 2 white. Because of Thalia. Because it's a non-creature. Disturbing it is a non-creature. It's a, well, no. It's a creature on the front side. Disturbing it, you bring it in for its backside, which is a non-creature. Oh man, they are running some weird shenanigans here. Yeah, I can't even remember how to pronounce that. Triskaidekaphile? Yes, Triskaidekaphile. Okay. Our portable hole costs more now. How much mana is this? 2. We'll fit into our hole. I say we do it. Get a thing on our dog. Get them down to 11 with our attack. And then hopefully we draw a land, an untapped land, and we can kick one of our adversaries next turn, and then do it again the turn after, if we can, if there's not another Doomscar, which is what I was just about to say. I still would have preferred a mana though. Like, it would have been beautiful to get a plains first and then that. So we could kick that, or whatever you call this kicker thing. Kick that. Makeshift kicker costs what, a 2, 4, 5. Yeah, 2, 4, 6. They have 6. No target for this, so they can't get another mana out of it. They need 8. So they're 2 away, 11 health. We got 3 damage on the board coming at them. I don't think the lifelink yeah, they're not really going to try to damage our face. Are you kidding me? Come on, where's that land? That was not... We needed to get that blocker out of there. Man, come on, game. Well, I mean, I had such a good run. I think it was 4 games in a row with this deck, and it's actually more than that. That's how much I've been recording. There was like 2 or 3 games before that, when I was still in gold. And I won those games too. Do we just attack anyway, or do we hold off? Maybe we hold off. That's not what we're supposed to do, though. We're supposed to be aggressive. Oh, yeah, see, yeah. Come on. And another one? Yeah, of course. I think it's too late now. We're way too far behind on that 4th land. What do I have in here for total lands, too? I think it's like... 13, 19, 21. Yeah, it's 21 lands I have in here. Do I have any MDFCs or anything like that? No. Play it. And then we'll be forced to play this. Thanks. Then we'll play this. And then, what was I saying now? Oh yeah, and then we'll get the land once they're all in the field. Damn right, you give us something. And here comes a counter spell from our opponent, the first one we've seen all game, or no? No counter. I was just scared of clicking. I had something the other day, one of all those many losses I had, and it was a terrible day. Well, they can just block the escort, I guess. Oh! That's enough. Yeah, we're out of cards. We got nothing. Way too far behind on that 4th land. Yeah, there was no coming back from that. I wish we had something we could train the initiate with. But I guess we wouldn't get anything first turn with that. That's, I guess, where a good argument for Usher of the Fallen would come in. And I really would like to put Usher of the Fallen in here, but I really don't want to take out anything else I have. I didn't switch these for more hopeful initiates like I mentioned the other game, but you know what? I think I'll just keep them the way they are. It's actually not bad. It does mean we only have... Oh, we get to choose now. I didn't even realize. In the beginning there, I didn't have the option to keep or mulligan. So I was just talking and waiting, and I didn't even notice when the option came up. Like, oops. Oh, the mirror. The mirror. The reason I play our initiate is because it can block theirs. We're just kind of stalemating and looking at each other now. Okay, yeah, interesting art for that. I wish we had a Luminarch Aspirant. We do have 4 of them in the deck. Oh, come on. Don't flood me now. Didn't I have a game, one of my games, where I just got screwed for mana and now I'm getting flooded like crazy? Ugh. Yeah, that's pretty bad too. Yeah, that we can't, we can get this as a blocker, what, gain life, I guess? What kind of enchantments do they have? I don't think they're going to have many enchantments. If they're a proper mono white, they're going to have like Brutal Cathars and stuff like we do. They're not going to use enchantments for removal. Exile. I say we just play this and gain life. Gives us a good blocker. No attacks. I was considering maybe playing the dog here. Dog there, I mean. Oh my god. Well, yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah, I guess. Did I play another mono white earlier? Another mirror? I don't think I did. I'm trying to remember if I did or not. But yeah, this... Oh my god. What did I have? 5 or 6 games, and now we're back to the exact crap I've been dealing with for the last like 2-3 days. Yes, I have less lands in this deck than I normally do in any deck ever. But yeah, let's just... It makes sense to just get them all. That makes sense. So, let's get rid of one of their ass pirates. What, they have some kind of instant speed thing? Like... Don't even have the mana for that. What are they... What? 1 white mana. What do they have for 1 white? Okay, there we go. We're still pretty screwed unless we start getting some of our Luminarch Aspirants or something better, or just as long as we keep getting more Cathars and Apparitions, we could probably win that way too. We could attack here. I don't know if there's really much of a point. I still want to save that for blocking, but we're not going to block with the Initiate, so let's just go in with that. I was going to say, watch they have, like, they block with Aspirant and play, like, a tactical advantage or something from the mono-white starter deck. I'd be like, what? Can you imagine that? Yeah. I'll just block with the Luminarch and we'll make it a 3-3 until end of turn and kill your Initiate. Oh. There's that. Should I put some of these in here? No. It's instant, which is kind of nice. But they weren't able to cast it. Or they weren't, I guess they weren't willing to exile a card, or did they? They exiled their Thalia. Yeah. That's still pretty perfect for them, isn't it? Where's our perfect hand? I was just about to say another land, but no, it's something pretty equally useless because we're not getting any of exile, but we're getting all of our freaking Stonebinders. Screw you, game. Screw you. And 2 more lands in our hand. No attack. They're just going crazy here because we're not hitting any of our removal. Oh my god, even a Savior of Ollenbock wouldn't be... No, we couldn't train it. We need something with just a little more guts than that. We did have a Cathar which can train an Ollenbock. Holy wow. Yeah, there's no coming back from this now. Like, when they just hit everything and we just get so screwed for lands and have nothing. Yeah. ETB. 2 mana. It's just not enough though. We needed to exile this. It's all too big and powerful. We hit this. Whatever. Yeah. And then their field just keep... Yeah, we needed way more of our Cathars and Apparitions. All of that shit. Okay, wow. Like, do I even play it out? Make it quick. Let's just go. Put your counters on. Yeah, hurry up. Let's go, let's go. I don't even think, like, what's the point in even playing this out? Is there even one? I was going to say we can wake this up as a blocker and get a sneak in there. We can channel this for 4 damage. We can pull one more turn. That's all we can do. Let's just pull one more turn. Cast no, alright, that doesn't really matter to us right now. The flying matters, actually. And the fact that they're getting yet another creature. Yeah, we all got, like, it's got way too many goddamn lands. And it... What is it? If I subtract the 3 of these, it's like a freaking 18 land deck. Because these don't have to be played as land. This is the only one we've seen so far. Oh yeah, go ahead, do your stuff. Oop, remove that stop. So we can't both wake this up and use this. Okay, I see what we do. Chump this. Block this. It doesn't matter, actually, because that's still getting in any... Yeah, and that's the 3 points. Just for fun, we do this. Just to show them what we got. And that's game. Throw the good game in there. Just because I know I'm losing, but I just want to show how much I can throw back and what we had. Ugh. Yeah, I do not like the double legendary right off the start. I mean, I usually only do 2 of these, but we're in a monocolored deck, so I did 3, because I also don't really... I'm like, I want to consider these not lands, that they're the channel ability, that's more of what I would like to consider them. They just double as lands, and so, you know, with so few lands, you'll get screwed for mana a lot, so... But this is really bad here, getting 2 of these lands, because, like, we still only have 1 mana. We can get 2 mana on our 2nd turn, but then we're down to 1 by our 3rd turn. Yeah, we need better sequencing than that. I was going to say this hand better not be terrible in comparison. It's not bad. I don't know what to get rid of, though. I really don't want to get rid of anything. I shouldn't have to. Adversary? I don't think a 2-mana 3/1 is all that good. We need 4 mana for this to be really good right now, because we have all this other stuff that will work together really well. This gets counters. This can train off of it. This can get it started. This can protect with counters. Like, we got a lot of stuff that work together here. This is just a 3/1 with lifelink. We're not going to get any of the other abilities out of it yet, so I think we throw it back. That sucks too, because it's a good card. Guess we start with the familiar, see if we can portable hole and push it up. Nope. So we attack and go hopeful initiate, I guess. Well, oh my god, not another Azorius deck. Are you kidding me? With Chandra. Okay, no, we're something else here. That's not bad. Do not mind that at all. Portable Hole and Aspirant. I wouldn't mind going all Escort and Aspirant. Aspirant puts a counter somewhere. Initiate trains, and then Escort protects. But we can get... Yeah, there'd be a counter here. That'd be at best like 4 damage, and we can get 4 damage if we put this in a hole to boost our dog. That would still be 4 damage. Well, we can make it 3, I guess. The Aspirant. Yeah, let's go that way. What was my other plan? Playing the Escort? Playing the Escort and the Aspirant instead of the hole in the Aspirant. And we'll go on the dog. So we have a turn without the Escort, and then next turn we get the Escort down. and we put a counter on the Spirant for protect, then we can protect it with our Escort. You're running out of gas though real quick, so let's throw this down. Let's see if they blow something up before we even go to combat. Let's hold that just for fun. Put a counter here. Let's see if they maybe blow it up now. Now's their chance, because we can protect it with our Escort if they don't do it now. So they do it now. What is this? Cast for each, yeah, whatever. What else does it do? Exile target artifact or creature with a mana value. Yeah, okay. They exiled something. Oh no, we exiled that. Oh, they just had the mana for it. Okay. But there is an exile during our turn, so that gets pushed up, which allows our initiate to continue training. And we still have protection, indestructible protection via all, and that's actually 7 damage too, so unless they get a blocker. Oh, they bounce them both, don't they? Return, of course they do. Yeah, who plays Inscription? I haven't seen this card in forever, right? Yeah, no. I got one little brief series of good games, and now we're back to this crap again. Yeah, whatever. There's nothing we can do about it. All that work building them up for nothing, just because they have a card that nobody runs anymore. So, we play the Familiar, then we do this so we can exile something out of their hand, which pumps up our Familiar. What do we exile? What is this? Has an additional cost. Yeah, all that stuff. Reckless Joy, yeah, that gives them card advantage. That's a creature that can block. It'll make it cost 2 more. Either thing we play, they still have the mana to pay it. I say let's just make them... If they want to get a creature to block with, they have to sink everything they have into it. So we got 1 little point of damage here. We do have lethal on board again. And they just draw another, whatever that other thing was. Inscription. Oh man. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of inscriptions before, like before Rotation, you know, when Zendikar was a newer set, you know, during Kaldheim and not so much in Strixhaven. I think that's when Strixhaven came out, I started seeing that card die off a bit. And it was never super popular either. Wow, what a blowout. No protection from Escort either, because it bounced back to our hand. Alright, so they have more bounce spells, I guess. Can't see why else they would just let it go. Exactly 6. You gotta have some other bounce or something. So they do get a blocker back. They do exile. That's interesting. And they can block our 3/1 flying. They still take 4 damage and we still have a chance at lethal next turn, maybe. They make something cheaper, now what? Just get value out of it, and what, they have a 1 mana March of Reckless Joy, sure. Swirling, March. Phase out. That's ridiculous. How much mana is that? As if they're just getting everything. We're down to 2 though. As long as we still have Dog, we can train this up. They have to have 2 blockers, but they can make everything phase out, I think. This is instant speed, yeah. X, they have to pay, what, 1 blue plus X. Yeah, they can make 3 creatures phase out. I don't know why they scooped. I'm pretty sure they had that. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. We don't see their hand, right? Oh, we see most of what there's 1 card we don't see. Alright, though. We'll take it, though. Power to the aggro. Okay. So that was that. I enjoyed it. After that huge slump that I was just complaining about, it is nice to get a run like this. So here we are on Untapped GG, taking a look at my mono white. Here's some of the games I had. Now, I only recorded, I think, 6 games. I think it was from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These top 6 games, I think it was just 6 that I'm going to be doing here in the video. feel like it should be 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I started counting too early. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these top 6 basically, and not this one. Everything else in platinum here except this one. I basically played it into platinum. I was, like I said, that slump, I was having trouble getting into platinum. I was so mad. I'm like, how can I not get platinum? This is so bad. This is so bad. But I switched to this deck, shot to platinum, started recording right away shortly after. So yeah, we were right around here, and then yeah, I was well into that. We finally hit the losses. So the 6 games I have in the recording, I think, will reflect a 66% win rate. The overall win rate I'm experiencing so far is 80, which is ridiculous. So the more I keep playing it, I mean, we're only at, what, 10 games? So the more I keep playing it, not even an hour. Not even an hour. Close to it, though. But anyways, yeah. So that's that. That's untapped there. And let me know what you all think. Like I said earlier, comment. Let me know what you think of this deck. Let me know what you think of my additions. Any modifications you think would make the deck better, more effective, especially in those games I didn't win. Although those 2 I think were really just bad luck. Yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my stuff. Let me know what yours are. And remember, again, thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. Support the channel. I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.